We got another episode rolling around. We have lots of things to talk about. First off, I want to show you this back here.
We have our Star Wars Force Awakens poster
Hope you can see it.
with the C-3PO.
We went shopping. We picked up a bloody poster. They put it on this cardboard backing, and it's fantastic. Who is it?
C-3PO, BB-8, and R2-D2.
Want to show it? C-3PO, BB-8. Here, put it here. Let's do it like this. Should be able to see it like this. Okay. Oh, sorry. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. Love posters. We're gonna get into posters about why we collect posters. We have. What do you think? A large?
Yeah, we have
large. A large.
Yeah.
I'm saying the word. Do you think large?
Oh, yes.
A large fits what we have.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, like an extra large.
We have no. I guess what I'm saying is our collection.
Oh
small.
yes, no, it's not big, but
No, yeah, we collect a few. So there's we'll get into that the next episode. About posters and how they've changed and how a little bit of the history of them. But right now we're going to talk about daylight. Right. Do
time, just time. And this one we are going to be talking about daylight saving times.
All right.
And this is where
You do that while I get rid of the.
Yeah. This idea was actually originally thought of by Benjamin Franklin, but his idea was never actually advocated because
Right.
he wasn't as popular at the time.
Right.
But that idea was actually passed on to, I believe his name was William Willett, and he actually was the one who advocated it and was approved successfully. And after that, I believe the United States actually started using that in not a lot of countries, but I think it was like 10 at the time.
Okay.
And
See, daylight savings times. You think it's just something that that we shouldn't do now, but I think there is something. Ronald Reagan, they were trying to get rid of it, but then they reminded Ronald Reagan that why it's important, and it is when people go
use and they turn on lights at night.
Right. You burn less because you're not outside as much. You're not driving cars, so you're burning less
or whatever.
Gasoline and petroleum stuff like that. So and it was a very important factor with growth of corn, and because you would have to know certain times of when certain areas would change depending on the daylight savings times. But continue on what.
Okay, so after this, they actually started using this during World War I, I believe.
Okay.
And when they used this, they kind of saved coal because
Yes, of course you would.
because they need to use it for their tanks, for their soldiers, for their heat.
Correct.
Stuff like
So
that.
if you observe daylight savings time, then everything will basically shut down sooner.
Yes.
Okay.
And save more electricity, or candlelight, whatever we want
Correct.
to call it. But this actually stopped in right after the war, but it also got back up during World War II.
It picked up because, and imagine being a merchant during that time too, where you're going cross country, and you run into 7 zones with different time zones. So that became very, very
Confusing.
confusing is the best word. That's it. Give it confusing because here you have time sensitive goods. Fish, so on and so on, and you're like, okay, I'm this late. I just missed the hour of selling my
fish or
my possible merchandise by an hour, and that's not good.
And then next zone, it's
Right.
different. And
yeah, so go ahead, continue.
but after this, after both World War I and World War II, I think it was in 1996, the bus transportation system actually started using it. So now you couldn't actually get on more buses more often, but it was saving more electricity. So now more buses could go back and forth during the daytime.
So it was to increase the
Yes.
buses or decrease? Because I know in certain areas out here.
Decrease in night, but increase in day.
Oh, see, that's interesting. Because
Decrease
out here,
in night.
after a certain hour, you're kind of done. The trains don't run as
Don't go back and forth.
right. They just don't run every 15 minutes. Instead of every 15 minutes, they run every 30, sometimes even an hour. So if you're out there in the middle of the night, let's say 1:30, you're gonna wait quite a bit of time before your next train comes out, and that's again just as they conserve energy, and it's again back to this daylight savings time. Oh, DST, go ahead.
DSD, yeah. And after this, well, actually, I'm sorry. Before this, the only ones who actually had I can't say it, their own sense of time. It was actually the not the Egyptian, but it was the Sumerians, and they actually had their own version of time. So instead of counting like 10 fingers, it was their 12 segments of their fingers. So let's say you had 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they counted it 4 times 3, which would be 12, and that was their universal number.
Oh, interesting. The Sumerians are wow.
Yeah, they're actually the very first ones to ever use time, and of course this passed on to the Egyptians and then to the Babylonians and so forth and so forth.
Interesting. See, Benjamin Franklin, you're over here taking credit for it there, buddy.
Yeah,
boy.
no, he was actually the first one to ever advocate the idea of DST, but he was never actually approved for the idea. Like I said, it was William Willett who was the one.
William Willett, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up
WW.
for William. Yeah, WW. Let's give it up for William Willett. All right.
Thank you for DST.
Thank you. Cool. That was awesome. Anything else?
No, that's basically it. That's
enjoy. And there's another thing about daylight savings time. It also reflects into our Christmas holiday season. We'll get into that during Christmas time. But right now, we want to show you
our
Spider-Man
versus
Venom.
This
omnibus.
This monstrosity of a omnibus, I haven't read it, but it looks pretty cool because
I can't wait to get read this.
Because this one, I think it has all of the original issues. Look, we'll flip it.
Spider-Man versus Venom. You want to take it up there? You can so they can
Yeah,
see. Get up first, and then I'll hand it to you because it's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Get it closer, lower, right about there. Go a little higher. There you go. So the back issue is basically what the universe of that
Of Spider-Man and
omnibus
Venom
is. And we were lucky enough to get it at a local comic book store. Saw it. They gave us a really fair price for it.
Fair
so,
discount. And
the artwork in here is beautiful. Again, if you're a comic book fan like we are, you'll get a kick out of this. I haven't touched it because I have another 4 books before I want to touch this. Look at this. The Amazing Spider-Man cover.
Yeah,
It's got Carnage. Who else?
Venom right there.
Spider-Man. Yeah, this is awesome. So I'm gonna leave it here open so you guys can see it. Hopefully you guys can. It's gonna get ruined. All right, so let's just leave it like this.
You can see the
Good
front
enough.
cover.
All right, and we also have
Our Dalek.
Dalek from Doctor Who. If you guys are fans,
Exterminate!
yeah, exterminate is exactly what it is. It's a clock. I put in batteries, but it doesn't work anymore.
I just like it because it's Dalek. So
I feel so bummed out because we got it, and that's okay.
yeah, it's still pretty cool. I like it.
You work it out. It's a Dalek, so anybody who's a fan of Doctor Who, let us know if
You'll
you're a
love
fan
it.
of Doctor Who, guys, in the comments. I really
We
want
also
to
have
know.
Gamera over here.
Gamera. You want to show that?
Yeah.
Gamera is
Love this guy.
Let me guys know if you guys are into old like monster movies and Godzilla and stuff. Right about there. Good job. Spin them around. Gamera has always been one of my favorite all-time favorite characters. He's a guy. He's a creature from outer
He's
space.
a turtle.